Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a wonderful time. Tonight is the eSailing World Championship final, the challenge final. So we had the eSailing World Championship challenge on Regatta Inshore in homage to the real event happening last week. And with me tonight is Alberto again. Alberto, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
Well, I'm doing great. We've had 3 races already in the qualifier series, and we're now stuck with the top 40 of these players. As a reminder, 79 of them registered to play the qualifier series. So I'm excited to see how it goes. At the moment, we see Bart Lambrix is the one leading in terms of points, 13 points in total after 3 races in the fleets of about 30-ish players. So yeah, excited to see how it goes.
This doesn't surprise me. He already attended the 2 final of the World Sailing Championship, so I believe this one will be after the semi-final for him at least. So definitely a good job from the Olympic sailors.
Yep, for sure. Not a big surprise with Bart. We're used to see him at the top of the fleet, though it is the 5th challenge final since the beginning, so he hasn't qualified in the previous ones, which means that he was maybe put in difficulties in the previous ones. So maybe finally now his time to shine.
I believe he was training hard for Marseille, and I believe that this one is the perfect timing for him. Now we decided to do races all around the time of the day to facilitate different kind of players that can play maybe only in the morning, maybe only in the afternoon, Europe time. So if you consider Japanese, Brazilians, and from all over the world, this one is the one that is on the late evening for the Europeans, and probably is the one that fits best the bar skills. What do you think?
Probably, yeah. We are changing the timings of these finals to try to accommodate as many people as we can, and maybe tonight is the best time for him. And as you said, he was likely getting ready for Paris 2024, the Olympics. As we all know, he's the world champion in 49er, which is the Olympic class. So we will see him during Paris 2024, and we wish him the best.
We have a lot of really famous players. We have the winning of steering the course, Yuzu from Switzerland. We have Sandra, that she attended the final last year. We have many different people from. I'm surprised of a lot of Japanese, because I think it's like really early in the morning over there. It's like before going to work, I'm doing a World Sailing qualifier. That's really amazing. And Australian and New Zealanders are the same. I'm super happy to see all of from all over the world, from the Pan Am area, from Asia, from Oceania. We have people in this race from all over the world.
Yep, absolutely. Just to see just to show how international sailing can be. As long as there's water and as long as there's wind, you'll get some sailors there. Just giving a quick look at the chat. I see Captain Baku. Thank you for giving us courage. And yes, I do have internet now. And Romo saying hello. Hi Romo, hope you're doing good. Same goes to Dane Law and same goes to Mallorca. Hope you guys are doing well.
So we have the opportunity to jinx some player last time, as who are the one that will surprise us tonight. Do you have someone already in mind for this year, for this race?
Well, we've talked about him.
It has to be a surprise. It doesn't keep in the same bar.
Okay. Well, maybe not a surprise, but a player that I do like eSailing is Kurt. Kurt at the American sailor. We did a practice regatta last weekend or the weekend before that with between 30 and 40 players as well. The arena was open. The race was open to anyone who wanted to join. So if you were there, you could have participated as well. And well, he took the crown on that event. I think he was regularly first and a very consistent player throughout the fleets of more than 30. So I really hope to see him shine again today.
To be fair, also I consider Kurt a really, really strong player. That's why for me it's not a surprise that he's there. I was surprised of my teammate that is in the same club as me, Movimento Cinque Nodi, Carlo from Italy, from Sicily. He when he is on a good day, he is the strongest one, but he doesn't have a lot of good days. Today he was traveling. He just arrived home at 9 p.m. Central European time, just ready for the race after a long day at work. So I believe that he will be our surprise for this race.
Hopefully he can make it. Movimento Nodi is currently 8th, tied with Tommy Tamble and Kohei with 28 points after the qualifier series. And Rommel is saying that Kurt, Bart, Japan 985, Rocco, Kul, Zav is his top 5 for this final.
Yeah. We are looking for a really, really tight race, and especially here in the front, we have 3 players probably fighting for the first position. We have Bart, Torcinovic, and Kurt. But after that, I believe the other one will fight for places in the middle of the race.
Yeah. Another player I'd like to see in the top 20 at least is the Guller. Obviously, we heard about him the last final where he made it, but wasn't quite his day that time. Maybe it is this today with this final. Currently, he's 13th, tied with Searching just with Searching at 35 points overall. So he is in the top 20, and why do I support him? Well, because he's my colleague at Regatta, so I do wish him the best. Looking at the list of players again, 767 is also a strong player. Currently 30th in the race that we're watching, but 22nd in the overall ranking with 43 points. What does the Guller do? He's community manager, so he takes care of the social media, basically. If I want to summarize what he does. And yep, so first boats have rounded the top mark for the second time, so it's going to be Bart's last downwind to the finish line with a comfortable 60-meter lead on Turcinovic. Sorry if I'm butchering it. And he decides to tack away towards the wind pressure. And we can see the difference in speed. He was going at almost 17 knots, whereas Kurt was going at around 15. Is it actually wind pressure? Well, if you want to... The wind pressure is basically the darker zone, so the more dark the zone is, the more wind it has compared to what is next to it. And according to what I'm seeing, it does look reliable to there we go. You think 767 was the first community run match racing event run on VRIs? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. We'll pick up. So that would have been before my time, but I do see him in the rankings regularly and in finals as well. So I'm actually surprised he hasn't qualified yet. And well, I do think he's in a good position to qualify today as well. Currently 22nd, but there's a lot of ties before, so he is out of the top 20. And arriving 32nd is not going to be very helpful for him, but he can probably catch up. There's going to be 5 races that we're going to be watching. So for a gold series, so basically the top 40, so the people that you're seeing at the moment, and then a medal race for the top 20 worth 2 points, well, double the points. So first gets 2 points, second gets 4 points, and so on. So the medal race will shuffle quite a bit, but you just have to make it in the top 20 to reach it. And the top 12 at the end of the event are going to be qualified for the semifinal happening in early September, I believe. And the rest of the fleet has crossed the finish line. With Owen 006 closing the race. So well done to Bart, Tursinovic, Kurt Tanjanek, and BB514 being in the top 5 of this race. I'm going to mute up myself. Well, I'm going to mute myself, and I'm going to... looks like Alberto
Don't
has
worry,
joined
I'm
us.
back. Yep.
And,
sorry about that.
No worries, man. So yeah, we'll be entering the sport, and I'll leave you with Alberto, and we'll be back in a second. Well, thank you. So you can see on your screen at the moment the updated scoreboard. So Bart maintained his first position, going strong with 14 points after 4 races. Team Story came close to second right now, 26 points. Zukov tied with him at third position, and Petursinovic, fourth point, 27 points, and Guti made it to fifth place, 29 points. So as a reminder, the top 20 of these people are going to go to the medal race, and the top 12 of the medal race are going to be qualified directly to the semi-final happening in September.
Absolutely. We are closing with the time. It should be 36. We have 38 players, and it's a go. So I believe if we are watching the wind at the moment, the downwind leg, the upwind leg will be starting on race committee. Go to the left, get to the left wind shift, and then tack and go straight to the mark. This will be an amazing tactic to do, because after that you will have another right wind shift coming back. This will be really interesting. So people will try to stay on the right part of the racing area, because wind is more stable. What would you do? What's your idea for the strategy for this race?
I'm not sure. I don't have a lot of experience with these bigger fleets, so I'm guessing your strategy is going to change compared to what you're used to do in a 20 boat fleet. So looks like the boats are pretty much evenly spaced out on the whole line. A bunch of them seem to be closer to the committee boat, but they're all starting on starboard tack, I believe. So there is the penalty start counter system active, meaning that if you try to do a penalty start according to the system, you will get an additional 10 seconds after you have completed the initial penalty. So that's a total of 20 seconds of penalty for trying to do a pen start. But looks like no one did it.
No. Amazing start for the Japanese group of sailors. We have 2 in the top 3 position, so I believe that's really great start. As I told you, everybody is starting on starboard until they come to the left wind shift. They will be on the left-hand side of the course. The problem is, in the moment you're going back, there is another right wind shift, so finding the right moment to tack is really important, but also having the right space to do that is really, really necessary, because if you're being forced to tack again, if you need to duck down, all the tactic, all the strategy doesn't matter.
Yep, we have Os 456 going completely on the right over there with 4.8 knots of speed, compared to Zukov, who decided to go, and Kurt, who decided to go on the left, currently going at 5 knots, so more or less the same, but looks like the left side has a bit more wind than the right.
I believe between Kurt and Zhukov and JPN 985, they will have the best position. It depends how windy it is over there, because if it's really windy, Kurt can, with a small bearway, can accelerate a lot. But you see, he's only going 5.6 knots. And probably even Izan is going to catch up some spaces, because there's not much wind and all the boats were definitely too long. Movimento Cinque Nodi also is there, fighting for that position. Then there is a sandwich between Daichi and Zhukov. Not a good position for him.
Yep. Reading the comment of Rommel over here, after the laser, can we see who lost the most places on the downwind leg? Maybe try to spot it happening during the race. Well, the top 10 players currently that we need to look at in the global ranking is Bart, Dimsturi, Zhukov, Vitor Sinovic, Guzzi, Nanopardo, Izan, Temjanik, Kurt, and Knud.
Where's Bart?
And where is Bart? And Bart
There's
looks
no
like
Bart.
he did not join. That's going to be a costful race for him.
Yeah. Probably having the insight of our principal race officer will be great. Do we have any messages about this kind of...
Well, I've checked the chat and there was no messages from Bart. So I'm going to assume he got disconnected.
To be fair, I saw we started in 38. So...
Also, maybe he just never joined. Rommel Cert, how right was I about Japan 985 though? Japan 985, well, is currently third, so he's in a great spot. Catching up on Kurt. And in the overall ranking, Japan 985 is 20th with 62 points.
Interacting with the Twitch chat, right?
Yeah, interacting with the Twitch chat. Sorry, that's where you see me go comment how much.
No, you've done correctly. Just to understand, because.
Surface that PUBG actually.
What do you say about the
so
Japan 95?
So Romo said that Japan 95 is one of his top 5 players for tonight. So he is in a great position this race, and I was looking at his scoring in the overall ranking. He is 20th, so he is barely in. Well, he's in. And yeah. Let's have a look at the back of the fleet. What about searching the Brazilian player? Currently 34th. Looks like we do have a massive fleet over here.
And there is a battle for the 4th position here, with between Izan and Daichi, with Movimento Cinque Nodi getting the 4th position without too much trouble. Quick question.
Yep.
I see on the map there are 3 semicircles.
Repeat that.
On the minimap on the top.
Yeah, there are what? 3 wind sockets.
There's no 3 semicircles I can select.
Oh, okay, yeah. So the semicircles that you're seeing is only on web, I believe, and is going to be part of a upcoming feature.
Nice.
Where depending on the zone on the minimap you click, it's going to bring you on different kind of views. So if I click at the top, I'm going to be brought to the top view. If I click on the right, I'm going to be put on the drone view, and on the left, I'm going to be put on the third person.
Really
and
nice.
everything in the middle is just going to cycle between the 3 views.
That's really, really great. I appreciate that. At the moment, we're coming up on a huge right-wing shift, so Movimento Cinque Nodi has a slight advantage over the rest of the fleet. But I believe we will have a hard time with Japan 985. So your surprise is Japan 985, my surprise is Movimento Cinque Nodi. Let's see who is going to win.
We'll see. Yeah, we were talking about Guti actually. Guti is currently in the top 10 at 5th with 29 points, but 34th in this race, so this race is going to hurt his overall standing. Will he be able to catch up? He's currently wind shadowed, so it's going to be tough for him.
Yep.
And it's going to be very close to searching over here. You're going to want to avoid contacts to avoid any penalties, though Guti is sandwiched between searching and Yuzu. And Lagnata, one of Danelaw favorites. It is not a proper series until you've had a race with Tommy.
Yeah.
I just want to thank Niem Kiara for the follow. Thank you so much for the follow, man. Nice to see you here. And Very, who is showing his support for Zukov. Currently second, right next to Kurt.
And this one will be tough for Zukov because he is not on the ley line anymore. Right now, Movimento Cinque Nodi is bearing away. He has the right of way because Zukov is stacking in the zone. But Jukos is ahead and he will cross in front of Movimento Cinque Nodi, but Japan 985 is behind. But they're all three. The top four are free. And the big group
top four,
from
I
the
think,
fifth is
yeah,
coming.
Kurt is gonna be safe from the wind shadow, I believe. We can see that in the top view right over here. So it's gonna be a straight line towards the finish line. How is Movimento Snori and Zukov gonna behave? Well, Zukov is following more or less the same line as Kurt, and Movimento decided to steer away towards the left, leaving some space to Japan 985 behind him. Probably just to avoid the fighting and all of them having this agreement. Well, we're just going to finish at the positions. We are going to finish between first and fourth, and we're not going to ruin each other's series.
That's a really wise move. I really love it when people are playing safe to avoid the mess up of a fight that is not going to bring joy to anyone.
Yep.
It's not that position that is going to change.
Speaking of avoiding fights, we've just seen the Guller put a penalty here on Korba at 13th and 14th position.
But he will be out from Korba's wind shadow. And will Korba continue the fight with the Guller?
Might be tough. The Guller is currently going at 11. They're going at the same speed, and looks like the Guller is just away from the wind shadow, so I don't think Korba is going to have enough time and space to catch him up.
Did you see what's going to happen at the moment on the right hand side? With Xavier and the group on the pin with the 5 boat closing up for one single position.
This is going to be a tight finish over here, and a bunch of them just decided to get in
probably
there.
we have to ask how Giovanni can take this kind of position in a real race when he's doing it. He's international regatta. If he's doing
looks
this
like Searching is having some connection issues. So we're gonna go on to Kispe, Guti, Kohei, and all of that.
Yeah. But Searching.
Well, if he manages to reconnect, he will be able to finish the race at 38th. Otherwise, it's going to be a DNF for him.
Yep.
But overall, we can check that Kurt is first, Zukov second, Movimento Snori third, Japan 985 fourth, and Deemstory is fifth. So congratulations to these 5 players for race number 2 in the Gold Series.
Just to let you know, is a Movimento Cinque Nodi, so it's not like an S, but it's actually a 5.
Nodi. Okay.
Yeah.
And well, looking at the changes in the leg, Kurt was pretty consistently first, and Zukov was pretty consistently second.
Yeah, and there was a battle between.
And we see a lot of changes.
Our
though,
surprise.
When we're going, yeah. A lot of changes towards the center of the fleet over here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, that was race 2. Again, we're gonna leave you with soothing voice of Alberto while I enter this course, and we're gonna be starting race 3 shortly after. So Zukov took the first place from Bart Lermbietz with 28 points. Team Story 31 points in second. Petur Sinovic, the Polish player, 48 points. Third, Kurt, fourth with 49 points. Izan is fifth with 51 points, and Bart climbed down to sixth, sorry, with 55 points.
The most important thing, I believe, at this time is to check the 20th position, because the one is going to the medal. And we have the Guler in 22nd with 84 points, with Tommy, Yutsuki, Haikalea with 83, and Daichi with 82. This one are the one who are going into the final. And we'll hope to see a nice battle between them. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. So just giving you back giving the stream again a visual on the ranking, so you can check out yourself who the top 20 are currently. And yeah, the person you were hearing before was someone from the protest committee, just giving us a little hi.
So, 49er. I've seen that we have a start. We have 30 seconds in. We have Bart in the middle of the race, covered by Owen, so not a great start for Bart Lambrier. And I believe the first one who is going to run the mark will be Zhukov. What do you think?
Yeah, probably. Sorry, I was looking at something else. I'll be with you in a second. Give me 1 second.
Of course. Probably not Zhukov, but between Zhukov and Turkovic and Regatta Nuda are the people who are going to be in the top of the race. They are on a big path. They are going over 11.5 knots, while on the far west side of the racing area we have Korbasem speed. Izan is going actually faster. So he is a major path on the verge of the wind. It's a really strange wind. He is going to also come a left wind shift nearby the gate that is an upwind gate, and that will make it really interesting, because gate for 49er will create a lot of trouble. People can decide where to go. There will be a lot of choices to be made. There is a path coming down from the left, and that will make really interesting.
Hey, and I'm back. So who are we watching?
At the moment, I'm on Movimento Cinque Nodi. That probably he get the right timing between the two big paths, and it depends how fast is the last one coming in. But right now with him, JPN and stuff, you see him tacking and going at almost 11 knots. Yeah, he's on 11 knots, so probably he's on a major path. He's going really fast. He needed to go on the right hand side to take the next wind shift. It's tricky what he's doing. He's scared about the no wind zone over there. And there is no wind over there, because Kohei is going only 10.5 knots, while is going 4 actually. There's more wind on the right. Did Virtual Regatta change anything regarding the color of the water related to the path, to the wind
Nope.
strength? Okay.
Nothing was changed.
While we're waiting for the first mark, do you want to give us a quick update on actually the last update of Virtual Regatta?
So we had a major update last week, which connects the game to the upgraded servers using the 5th version of Photon, which will allow us to better manage the connections of players. So reconnection, disconnections, and connections all together should be improved and easier to manage. I've tested it myself with some of the beta testers, and well, we could race with more than 20 seconds of being on airplane mode, and manage to reconnecting after that.
And what do you think about the Gular here, coming in strong in 13th position?
The Gular 13th position, you say? Hands down.
Does he get
Well,
to have
he's gonna need more games like this where he ends up in the top 10. Currently 22nd overall with 84 points, tied with Yutsuki and Tommy Tambo.
Okay.
So he will need to stay consistent, sorry, and not fall too far behind in the fleet.
Right now he's blocking the rest of the fleet. It's kind of interesting. Because right now he is blocked from jibing from Owen. And Owen is blocked from moving to Cinque Nodi, and so on, so on, so on.
It's actually Bart.
Nice one.
Omer and Bart being the two sides of the sandwich over here.
But actually, the Owen managed to cross it.
Yep.
Great time for him. Amazing maneuver also from Movimento Cinque Nodi that managed to
and just like
go away.
Hit switch, and at the front over there, Petursinovic is continuing on his strong performances. So as a reminder, he is 3rd overall with 48 points. And chase him is Lagnata Nuda.
La Gatta Nuda. I'm bad with the French, but
La Gatta
Italian words are words.
Nuda. I'm sorry if I'm
means
butchering
the
name.
naked cat.
Naked cat, right? Well, the naked cat is again, find him in the overall ranking, 35th with 107 points.
Yeah, but he didn't connect for the last race because he's getting old.
Yeah, he failed to start the first race, unfortunately.
He was my teammate in the Italian team race, so I know I can have a little bit fun of him for during this kind of event. Gianfranco, the naked cat is now getting better. He's getting to fight for that position over there on the left-hand side of the racing area. Is giving a little bit of trouble to Zhukov, but Zhukov is on a great night tonight. 4th position here, 1st position overall.
Yep, I just hovered over the New Zealand player over here, PNT43, which is a new addition to the finals. I personally don't think I've seen him before in a final. So again, nice to see some new names in there and performing pretty well. 17th overall with 81 points, and currently 17th in this position as well. So pretty consistent.
Do we have any information from him?
Well, not necessarily information. I don't really know his track record or anything like that. But hopefully we will see more of him in the future, and maybe New Zealand, if they ever join us back, for example, the Nations Cup, can rely on him for team racing, because we don't have that many New Zealand players in the top, unfortunately.
We would love to see them back, because there actually are, but they were a strong community with the Australians, but they have a so big different time zone between Europe.
Yeah, absolutely. So maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I don't see them that much, because there is a huge time difference between them. Well, between Europe, where we are based, and Australia/New Zealand, and Oceania in general.
Yeah.
And even between them,
I don't believe
Australia is a big country, so.
Yeah. If we consider East Coast of Australia and New Zealand, there is no big different time zone from Europe in the rest of the world.
Yeah. And speaking of New Zealand, here comes RG Tyler. Go New Zealand.
Absolutely, yeah. RG, we want you coming back hard. And see, he's not qualified, right?
RG Tyler, I don't know where you're standing in the eSailing World Championship. If you're already in the semifinals or if you qualify for Challenge Final. I actually don't remember. It's starting to get quite a lot of players. As a reminder, we're gonna have 80 players in the semifinal happening in September on 2 days. So it's gonna be a big event.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
run out of talent this year. Don't think you can run out of talent, Tyler.
No, I believe you. That's why I'm.
So also a change that you might have seen while spectating this, you can now see 2 players, well, the tag of 2 players, as you see on the screen right now. If you just so if you're on a player, you click on another player, it'll show up the tag of the other player with their speed and their heading.
Nice.
And if you want to switch to the other player, so if you want to switch to Kohei over here, you just double click.
I can see Zhukov at the moment is not really performing at his best. It's going 1 knot slower than the one from behind. But probably because he's in the fight with Kohei.
Zhukov is where in the ranking? 4th.
It's first. But still, the battle of our surprises. Where is Japan 985 and where is Movimento
Japan 985, if you want to see Movimento
Cinqueno.
Where is Japan 985?
It's all the way to the left. No? Yeah, it's all the way to the left. It's really all the way to the left. And he's in front. This time,
what position?
He got this.
Oh yeah, he's all the way over.
Oh, even Bartolombrier right now is not really well positioned.
So Petursinovic was the first one to cross the finish line at 11 minutes and 31 seconds. 767 was very close next to him. La Gnata Gnuda. Repeat how you say it?
Regatta nuda.
Regatta Gnuda.
Like gnocchi, you know?
Right, Regatta Gnuda.
Yeah.
Third with 2 seconds behind Petursinovic, as the rest of the fleet are currently crossing the finish line. And 38th is going to be Owen 006. With VV514 and 37 just before him. Final ranking over here.
Yeah.
So some very close finishes between, for example, Foiled 1 Xev Nice and the Guller with 0.1 second difference between them. So it was a tight race, and we're gonna head over to race number 4.
Yeah, and is the last one before the medal race.
And the last one before the medal race, so this is going to be the last chance for anyone to confirm their position in the top 20 or lose their position in the top 20 or get into the top 20. So we'll see that in just a bit. As usual, give me a second to enter the scores, and I'll leave you with Roberto. Zhukov maintains his first position at 32 points. Petursinovic is second with 49 points. Team Steri is third with 50 points, and Bart climbed from 6th to 4th with 65 points in total after a DNS in race number 3, finishing 10th in race number 4. Japan 985 still in the top 5 with 74 points. And Movimento Cinqueno.
And after that is Movimento Cinqueno with 2 points behind.
2 points behind.
So it's a tight one for us.
Meanwhile, Kurt is 8th with 83 points, tied with Izan. Just before him is Foiled 1, the Swedish player that we haven't talked about tonight, but is worth mentioning. Foiled 1. Pretty active player that we do see regularly, so good to see him over here. Race has just started with 37 skippers. Looks like we had some people dropping out.
Yeah, Australian 456 drop off for You cannot continue.
Australia 456 drop up. That's a shame. He was 22nd overall with 104 points, so he could have made it in the 20 points in the top 20 players. But that means that more players maybe have the opportunity to enter this 20 player limits with Evario, Xevnice, Guler, Knud at the limit of it with 96, 97, 99, and 100 points. And totally agree with Danelaw over here. ONC Korikoi, very nice player. I did not know he raced without the helpers, so if he does, then he is going to be a bit thrown off to race in the arenas, because in the arenas you get all the race helps for free, forced onto you. So everyone
5 seconds to the race.
Exactly the same. And it's a go for the start. Fleet is pretty spread out on the whole line. Not a lot of port tackers that I see.
Sorry, I'm out of the race. I was kicked out at the start.
Oh, good. So we have Guti currently leading. Port Lambriet's very close to him with second position. And Movimento Cinco Nori in the top 5 still. Third right next to them. And PNT, the New Zealand player, 43, in there as well. PNT is currently 11th overall with 86 points.
Nice.
And what is happening on the other side? Japan 985 is on the other side of the fleet. Or the middle of the fleet. And alone over here. And a sweet sailor that we haven't really mentioned. Also, it's someone that we can mention. The boat from, well, obviously from Sweden, as you can read it in the name. He was, I believe, captain or co-captain of the Swedish team for the Offshore Nations Cup. Might be the same for the Inshore Nations Cup, we'll see.
The Swedish sailor?
Yeah.
I believe he was like co-captain of the Inshore one.
Well, actually, well, a big name in the Swedish community, no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, who is at risk of dropping out of the top 20? Well, the 20th has 100 points.
You know exactly who is at risk, even if he's gaining a lot of position right now. But he's your friend from Turkey.
Well, the Guller is in the top 20 overall, 18th with 97 points, so that's just 3 points ahead of the 20th. Whereas he's currently 10th, so he needs to maintain this around 10th position. Should be safe. If he ends up around the 20th, it's gonna be a roll of the dice.
Yep, totally agree. Especially, I have the feeling of BB514. He will probably give him a penalty there, really close. We have to see the next stack. There's probably something happening over there.
Yeah,
and you see even in the front.
Sorry, just giving some info on BB514, the American sailor. Had a very good first race, arriving in 5th, but has fallen behind in the next two, 31st and 37th. I'm currently sitting 33rd with 129 points, so it's going to be really tough for him to make it. But who knows? It's not over till it's over.
Yeah.
As they start approaching the top gate over here, Naguchi, first one to round it, decides to tack away and go into the next part, and we see a penalty on Knud from Zukov on the right-hand side gate. And well, if we're looking at our top 5, we see Bart still in there, we see Zukov still in there, we see Guti, who was in the top 5 at the start, who dropped down to 10th overall right now, and Korikoi that we mentioned just before.
Where's the Japanese? Your Japan.
Japan 985 is having a
27.
not so easy time at 26th in this race, but 25th. Sorry, no, just 5th in the overall ranking with 74 points.
Yeah.
So assuming he
Amazing race.
assuming he arrives in the 30th, that's going to put him to 104 points. That's just 4 points behind the 20th currently for the last race, so he should be fairly safe.
So under 20 points is safe, right?
Yeah. Well, there's basically there's a 26 points difference between him and the 20th.
Nice. Yeah, but he probably is looking for going to the semi-final. Not only.
Yeah, obviously he'd prefer going into the semi-final. I think most of them would.
A lot of penalty. Kolikoi get a penalty and laughing up to avoid PNT 43 wind shadow. PNT 43 is laughing up just to cover ONC Kolikoi. There is no actual reason to do that.
Yep. Just bouncing back on Romo's comment, incredible mix of results by most. Yes, I would tend to agree that results have been pretty inconsistent apart for some players, from Zukov, who's been 8th, 2nd, and 4th so far, is having a pretty consistent run. But at second place, for example, is Petursinovic, who arrived 2nd, 21st, and 1st. So bouncing back and forth between the middle and the beginning for the start, top position.
I have to say, though, even if Bart is not winning, Bart has a DNS and is still in the top 5.
Yeah, Bart is currently 4th with 65 points, including a DNS. So yeah, very strong performance from him, but it is expected from him as we said at the start.
Yeah. It's there are some fights around the upwind leg here, if you see around, but pretty much is a standard sailing, going as fast as you could. Probably there's like a fight between Kohei and the other Japanese over there. Yeah, Iwario with a penalty for Kohei. And right now is really, really hard to say who is going to cross, because like Alcaria right now is allowing Kohei to pass. And probably he is going to receive a penalty from the group of boat on the right hand side. Nice race for BB 514. Yeah, I jinxed it for him. Nice race.
That's a nice race. He just took a penalty.
And over there will be a kind of crowded mark. Let's see what's going to happen. People are bearing away to get to the other mark, to the left mark.
Yeah, they're splitting between the left and the right pretty evenly. As
Yeah, but you see there is a path on the right hand side coming down, and that is big. I want to say also the consistency of the mystery. I believe he made a lot of really, really great races. Not sure to be far at this point. A great consistency from Zhukov.
Yep. Well,
the Guler will be probably into the final.
The Guler was did 36, then 13th, then 13th.
Yep.
and currently is 13th again. So he's consistent with his 13th place, and that's good because that means that he'll likely stay in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, just a great comeback from Sweet Sailor. Moving up to 7th position overall in this race at the moment, as he crosses the finish line. And we're gonna focus on Eima at the back of the fleet, who's gonna try to get some places in from Yutsuki. Surprising to see Yutsuki over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I would have bet on Yutsuki be arriving 36th, but must have been not a great race for him. So that concludes
this kind
race,
of things happen.
yeah, exactly. Especially with the Nakra and a fleet of 40.
Yeah.
So this concludes race number 4.
Go to update the results.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of fun with the first 20. I'm going to check who is going to be in.
Yeah. So it's going to take just a couple more minutes than what you're used to, for us to confirm the score and to give out the roles and start the medal race. So as a reminder, the medal race counts double and is for the top 20 only. So the 20th at the moment is Evario with 100 points before the results for race 4 were entered. So give us a moment until for us to do that. And
yeah, I'm going to comment the results. So I will tell our viewers who is going to be in and who is not. Don't worry about that.
That works. So I'll leave you with Alberto and I'll see you in a second. So yep, here we have it, the 20 players going into the medal race. The 12 winners of this race, of this event, are going to go to the semifinal in September. I've seen that you've analyzed a bit the scoring, Alberto. What can you tell us about the potential 12 players who can make it? Because we see there's a huge gap between Zhukov and the rest of them.
I mean, Zhukov up until Torchinovitz, I believe they're not mathematically in, but if they do not attend, they still have a high chance to qualify. And this is insane, having 4 players already with this kind of really, really great position. 5th and 6th, if they make a really, really bad race, that will be costly and that will cost their qualification. I mean, Torchinovitz plus 40 points, he's going 117. That means the 12 have to qualify in the top 10 to qualify in front of him.
Yep, just to help out the viewers over here with the maths. So it's a low point scoring system, so if you arrive first, you get 1 point, second is 2 point, and so on. But since the medal race counts double, you double the points. So it's your position times 2, that's the amount of points you'll get for this race. So arriving first gives you 2 points, but arriving last will give you 40 points.
Yeah, thank you for explaining that.
Which is why Alberto was doing the maths over here. So assuming the worst, are they safe or not, basically?
Yeah, up until Bart, the first 3 are mathematically safe. So they cannot race and they can be in. Turchinovitz has to be really, really unlucky to not be in. Guti and Movimento 5 Nodi need to screw up really, really badly to not be in. But from PNT up until the Gular, everything can happen, and I'm looking forward for that. Because it will be a race with no help, a race with everything that is. That will be a huge fight, and I believe there will be no discount. There will be a lot of penalty, especially in the start, because J70 allow you to have a little bit of upwind play, but it's in the downwind that the mess is going to start. 1 minute to the
1
race.
minute, and looks like we're missing one player. That player being Kurt.
Oh, pity that we're missing the American.
Okay, reading the chat.
Who is the chat is rooting for?
Rommel is saying Fold is going to become first, and Sweet Sailor second.
But the question is, will the Gular be in the top 12?
The Gular is currently 16th with 110 points, so that's only 6 points behind the 12th. So it's not over.
No, it's just the beginning for him.
And yeah, and Zukov is safe. Zukov is safe. Deemstill
Top 3 are safe.
40. He's safe. Bart is mathematically not necessarily safe.
Why not?
Well, assuming he arrives last at 40 points, so that's 108 in total. And assuming Kul Gzevnais arrives first, that's 108 total as well.
Yeah, I understand that, but...
And Bart actually has... No, in between the two, Bart will be placed first. So no, so Bart is safe. Mathematically. Well, basically
yeah, it's
just...
mathematically because have to be... Is not mathematically safe, but... the 12th have to be first, the 11th has to be second, the 10th has to be third.
That's
in this position only.
Yeah, that's what I mean when I say mathematically. I'm basically taking their score, adding the worst score possible if they race, so that's 40 points. Taking the 12th and adding the best score they can race, so that's 2 points.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing which one is lower. Cool. All right, Rommel, we're following Foiled over here. He's right next to Zukov. They're going at approximately 6 knots.
Okay, I see the Gular in 18th position, so...
And Sweet Sailor was his second, going at a bit less than 6 knots over here. 9th position.
And what do we know about Foiled?
Foiled 1 is a Swedish player. Sorry, a Swedish player. Who's been picking up in skill and level. I see him more and more into events organized by well, either the community or finals like in the eSailing World Championship or like practice regattas or stuff like that. So he is gaining in skill, he is gaining in confidence, and it's good to see. So, but we do remember the promise of Rommel saying that Foiled is going to end up first in this race and Sweet Sailor is going to end up second. So far, Foiled is 6th and Sweet Sailor 5th. So,
so
we'll
the order is correct, but
he's in every random green race I join. So Rommel's saying that that a Foiled is following him in the races, or maybe Rommel is following Foiled.
You know, it's really hard to predict because this left wing shift is coming in, and the kind of Knut is coming on port, but he has a massive left wing shift. It's really tough, this one. And the people I think that are in most danger are Movimento Cinque Nodi and Kohei, because they're coming really fast from port, they're gaining a lot of position, but and they probably get a penalty.
Yeah, it is Knud rounding the mark first. As a reminder, Knud is 14th overall with 107 points. So just 3 points behind the 12th currently. So he will need his best performance. And I don't want to jinx it, but if he can keep this first position, it's going to be golden for him.
So Foiled just get a penalty. So maybe with Sweet Sailor can be first.
Sweet Sailor is staying strong in 4th overall over here, right next to 767. So
want to say
767
congratulations.
is actually just behind Sweet Sailor in the overall ranking. So Sweet Sailor has 97 points in 8th position, and 767 has 98 points in 9th position.
I want to say congratulations to you for putting this race like this, because in this way, the small leg that was between Mark 1 and Mark 2, so in the offset,
Yeah.
Was dangerous enough to you can try to host the spin again. If everything is fine, you can gain a lot, but actually in the end was deadly enough that if you hoist the spinnaker, people with the jib only is going to catch up from behind and give you a penalty. That was really, really nice.
Yep, so they're currently
Amazing.
racing in the upwind long course, so a bit longer than what we're used to on the J70, which is why we're already at 5 minutes after the first downwind, approaching the first gate.
But look how close is the pack. It's
And
like
well, how close is
all
the
the
pad? I'm
boat
currently
over there.
spectating Knud after Jer 7 has showed his support for his German teammate.
Yeah.
Putting 130 meters onto PNT 43, which is second from New Zealand. Nice to see PNT second. He's currently 7th overall with 94 points, so just above Sweet Sailor. So if he can maintain this, he is going to stay in the top 12. Who is at risk over here?
Everybody. Look how many penalty in that one.
Well, who is at risk? The Guller is at risk.
Actually, Movimento 5 at the moment is risk.
What about Japan 985? Currently 18th. He is also at risk. He is still in the top 12.
Is more out than in.
Yeah, he is in the top 12 with 101 points, 11th position. So 3 points ahead of Quick Z Knife, who's to his 12th position. But he would need to stay into the top 12 to remain in the top 12. So
depend on the next leg, because this one is almost fixed.
Well, it is the long course, so you have more time to catch up if you take the right decision, or to lose places if you take the wrong decision. Since you have more space in this upwind long course, and Romel is asking you, is it better to take the penalty or to go way wide? Assuming when rounding the marks.
That's a really tricky one. It depends. For example, what I didn't understand was from Movimento 5 that he did both. So he went wide and then he got the penalty.
And took the penalty.
Yeah. If you go really, really fast, you get the penalty as the fastest speed possible, closer to the mark, dropping the kite and then going up. It's a really, really big plus you can have. But if you're going really, really wide, you have the opportunity to, if you find a small slot that you're not being covered during the next upwind, you're gaining a lot, really, really a lot. So it's a little bit difficult to say. I believe works a lot with wind intensity over 20, 22 knots. I will go for the penalty. Under that, definitely not. And especially if there is a big crowd, I will go for a penalty rather.
Yep. So it all depends on the situation and everything. So there's no clear-cut rule.
Yeah.
And well, it looks like Knud has had a pretty safe and uneventful race, just with a 90-meter lead on the second. So he is going to finish first, if I'm not jinxing it, and PNT is going to be second. Will Knife is going to be third, and that is great for him because Xevnice is currently the 12th overall with 104 points. So arriving in the top 3 like this is going to more or less guarantee a spot in the top 12. Well, it is going to guarantee a spot. I don't see.
No, yeah, it's definitely in.
So Sweet Sailor is going to have to do some sort of magic if he wants to end up first or second, and same with Foiled 1. I lost Foiled 1. Where is he? 13th.
As in the back is 13th.
Enabling hacks for them indeed. They will need them.
It's the one position counts for everything now. It's really, really tough.
As we see the battle here between 767 and Vario for 5th and 4th place.
For example, Dimstery being the last one. That is painful. Because he's the best.
Last is going to be painful. We're currently 18th, so he has 54 points and is second overall.
Yeah, but the meaning is he's safe already. So even if he's arrived last, it doesn't matter.
Yep. But that means that it's going to shift elsewhere.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's painful.
And Korikoi.
And Guti is the same with the 12th position over there. How good is Nanopardo, for example?
Nanopardo is overall 13th with 106 points.
Probably Nanopardo is going to be out with the 7th.
And it's 16th over here. We'll see how everything shifts. I don't think it's clear cut yet for all the 10th and.
No. And the Gular can catch up the 12th position if he's lucky enough. He's pushing a little bit, and
yeah, the Gular is 16th overall at the moment. The 110 points, 16th in this race. It's going to be as
like
you said,
10 boats are coming in 1 second, so
yeah,
everything could happen.
We're gonna cross our fingers for everyone over here to make it in the top 12.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll know in a couple of seconds who makes it and who doesn't. This is not the last event in the eSailing World Championship, so it's not the last chance for you to qualify for the semifinal. You still have one last event, Challenge 6, happening later.
Oh, look at the arriving!
In August.
Look!
It is going to be very hard. All of them arriving in the same second at 1 minute 30 seconds. We have like 6 of them in that same second.
Yeah. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the same second. Nanopardo 1 second later.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. Knut finishing in 10 minutes and 12 seconds, 50 seconds before the second.
You know that the Gular and the Movimento 5 Nodi.
The Gular arrived 13th.
Yeah,
overall.
Look at the Gular Movimento 5 Nodi, same time.
Same.
Turcinovic, 1 point less. Nanopardo.
Oh, and I see DSQ from PNT.
Oh no! He was not like second or first.
He was second.
Okay.
He was second between Knut and Xevnice. We'll see how this goes. He is 7th overall. Right? Yeah, he got disconnected on the last leg.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to mute up. Enter the results.
Go.
We'll see how all of this turns out. All right.
So, tell me.
Scoreboard is on your screens.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, and I was scared about Guti.
And
because
rightly so, because the DNF.
Yeah.
125 points. He is 13th, 3 points behind number 12. Sweet Sailor, you made it. Congratulations. I see you in the chat over here.
Yeah, well
But
done.
let's congratulate the top 12. The top 12, sorry. So Zukov, 46 points. Very consistent this whole evening. 8th, 2nd, 4th, 2nd, and 6th. 46 points in total. I mean, that is a pretty impressive streak for him. Bart, 82 points, 2nd place despite having a DNS in race number 2 in the Gold Series. Team Stili, 88 points in 3rd position. Petursinovic, 105 points in 4th position. 767, 106 points in 5th position. Sweet Sailor, congratulations to you, man. I see you in the chat. 107 points, 6th position. 7th position, Kulgzev Nice with 108 points. Arriving 2nd in that last race, definitely saved him over here. Knud, 34, also definitely saved him. I believe he was out of the top 12 before this race. 109 points in total. Number 9, Movimento Cinco Nodi, 111 points. Izan Polo, 116 points in 10th. 11th is Japan 985, 121 points. And 12th is Evario with 122 points. These are the 12 sailors who are qualified for the semifinal happening early September. And well, special mention to these 20 sailors who did reach the medal race. So I'm thinking about Guti, Foiled 1, the Guler, PNT 43, Nano, Kohei, Kurt, and Korikoi. A bit of bad luck for 3 of them. 2 of them are having a DNF internet connection issue in the last race, and Kurt, who did not realize he actually qualified for the medal race and missed the start.
Yep.
So yeah, that is the end of the Youth Sailing World Championship final. Unfortunately, this is it for the sailing tonight in terms of final, but you are more than welcome to organize custom races with other players. As a reminder, they've been open to up to 40 players in the custom races, so you can organize events. This is momentarily, so do use it. And we're gonna call it a night. Thank you all for watching.
Can I tell you?
Thank you, Alberto.
Can we
Yep,
close it saying that was the Ukrainian night with 3 boats qualified for Ukraine, 2 for Spain, 2 from Japan, but Ukraine with 3 in the top 5. It's hardly to say.
3 boats supporting Ukraine over here in the top 5 is not something we see every day, and definitely something nice to see. So yeah, absolutely. We can end the stream with saying congratulations to these 3 Ukrainian boats, and we'll see you next time.
Yep.
Do we want to maybe mention when the next challenge is?
Is the steer the course? So let's go.
It's going to be
we have
course.
A Marseille. We have a steering the course. That will be an interesting related with the Olympics, and we want to remember everyone.
Yeah, go for it.
No, you go for it.
Just going to say that the challenge 6. So we're going to post the sailing instructions with all the details in it on the World Sailing Discord. But the challenge is planned for the 10th to 16th of August, starting at 14 UTC, going up for 6 days, and the final for this event is going to be the 21st of August. So stay tuned.
Absolutely. Do you want to also remember the final for STC, for steering the course?
The final for STC, I don't remember the date. If you have it, I would be.
Yeah, it's on the 24th. On Saturday the 24th at 1 p.m.
Saturday 24th at 1 p.m. This is you have it, and it looks like it was a mistake from our side for Guti. Guti apparently finished 10th, so we'll check the VOD and we'll confirm the winners through an in-game message.
Yeah, absolutely.
When everything has been settled up. But yeah, this is the end of the stream. Thank you guys for watching Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a good night, and see you next time.
See you next time. Thank you.